Hello everyone, today we're going to be summarizing part 1 of the Duskmourn story. It's titled, Don't Go Past the Old Dark House. Our story begins with the flashback on the plain of Duskmourn, where it's seemingly a normal human suburb in the fall in the 80s. The only difference so far is that there are 2 sons and one really creepy, ornate abandoned house. Well, abandoned until now, because a family has just purchased the abandoned house, and they have just pulled up in their new car, and they're moving into their new suburban home. The family have a goth daughter, and she's excited about the old creepy house. She's exploring it, and she almost makes her way inside the basement, until her mother calls her to go pick out a bedroom. Where we cut to Kamigawa, where Kaito Suzuki is infiltrating Oboro in an attempt to recover a scroll from the Phyrexian invasion, where he chances upon the wandering emperor, accompanied by Yoshimaru, the bestest boy. It turns out that the scroll Kaito is attempting to recover was Tamio's, a moonfolk planeswalker who was completed during the events of Neon Dynasty. The Wanderer explains that they were not there to stop Kaito, but to ask him for his help in assisting a Nezumi named Nashi, who is Tamio's adopted child. So Kaito recovers the scroll and returns it to Tamio's biological child, Inko. The Wanderer then reveals that because she lost her spark, she's unable to find Nashi because she needs somebody that can travel the plains unassisted to assemble the party. While they're discussing their plan, it becomes clear that Nashi blames Kaito and the Wanderer for what happened to Tamio and her integration into the Phyrexian forces because of the events of Neon Dynasty through the March of the Machine. And that is the reason that Nashi has gone missing, because the scroll containing Tamio's mana, essence, soul, living memory has gone missing. And while he was searching for it, he uncovered an otherworldly, demonic-looking door inscribed with runes, and it was quite spooky. So he sent some drones through it, decided it could be a vibe, gathered up some of his closest friends, and went through it. And as soon as Nashi went through it, the door vanished. So the Wanderer traced the mana echoes of the door and traveled the omen paths to Ravnica, where the door is guarded by Niv Mizzet, who is also the living guild pact at this time. She and Niv decide to form an incursion team, much like the Phyrexian strike team, to investigate where the door leads and also attempt to rescue Nashi. We then jump to Kaldheim, where Tyvar Kell is shirtless as per usual, and he's bullying a wolf when the Wanderer and Kaito come upon him. Tyvar jumps at the chance for adventure and convinces the crew to also bring Nico Eris from Theros with them. And during a short conversation, it's revealed that Nico is angry about losing their spark. When the party is amassing on Ravnica, we meet Zamone, a student of Quandrix College, the green and blue aligned school in Strixhaven, and she's a vibe. She's my favorite out of the cast so far, and the reason that Simone is there is because she's studying extraplanar spaces. Don't let her get near the Doctor Who secret lair. And during Zamone's intro, we get this line about a light in her eyes that former planeswalkers no longer have. In that for her, the omen paths opening are the beginning of a bright new future instead of the death of a beloved past like it is for the former planeswalkers. And when she sees Tyvar, she asks him why he's shirtless. 10 out of 10. Zamone is the only one asking the real questions. So the party reaches Niv Mizzet, and Tyvar is excited to speak with the dragon. Niv doesn't really care about Tyvar at all, but he does have respect for Zamone, so he passes the vibe check. And then Amanatu, the fate shifter, who was a child printed in Commander Precons, has preceded them and that they will need Amanatu's help to succeed in rescuing Nashi from wherever the door leads. The group then comes upon Amanatu and the door. Tyvar is unimpressed by the door, but Amanatu is disgusted by it. We learn that Amanatu cannot pass through the door because her magic is fundamentally opposed to the magic of the door. But Amanatu will send the team through the door with fate shifters, which are tokens that can be used to change one's fate. The way they work is when you make a choice that will lead to your demise, the rest of the party will get a glimpse into the future, much like in the Dark Salmonim games when you look at a photo and you get a glimpse of a bad ending, and are able to advise the party members not to make the bad choices. Nico hates this, because Nico is opposed to fate, and being from Theros, where the fates are very real, tangible things, is kind of justified because their whole arc is about defying fate and defining themselves. So now that our meddling kids have their magic future sight cell phones, they are ready to be sent into the portal, and so the Wanderer leaves Yoshimaru with this magical child that she just met on a foreign plane, and they all step through the door, and the house was all. This concludes part 1. Like, follow, and subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching.